song is about a very, very big house called My Father's House. All right, this one goes like this. Repeat after me, okay? Come and go with me.
Come and go with me.
To my Father's house.
To my Father's house.
Come and go with me.
Come and go with me.
To my Father's house.
To my Father's house.
It's a big, big house.
It's a
You want to make a big house for somebody else?
Big house?
With lots and lots of room. And a big, big table with lots and lots of food. Nom, 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 nom. Food fights. And a big, big yard where we can play football. Touchdown. It's a big, big house. It's my Father's house. You got it? Okay, here we go. Come and go with me. I said come and go with me. Okay, get some claps. Get some claps. Come and go with me. There it is. Some claps. My Father's house. It's a big, big house with lots and lots of big, big table with lots and lots of food fight. Big, big yard where we can play football. Touchdown! Big, big house. It's my Father's house. All right, so this time, when we get to the parts that says big, big table with lots and lots of food, instead of saying food fight, you're going to scream as loud as you can the name of your favorite food, okay? And then, when we get to the parts about the big, big yard, instead of saying football, you're going to say your favorite sports. And then instead of saying touchdown, you're going to say how you scored in said sports, okay? All right, here we go. Come and go with me. I said come and go with me to my Father's house. Come and go with me to my Father's house. It's a big, big house with lots and lots of rooms. Big, big table with lots and lots of pizza. And a big, big yard where we can play tennis. Ace, big, big house. It's my Father's house. All right, one more time, guys. You're doing great. You're doing great. If you're excited to be at VBS, be really loud on this one, all right? Can y'all be loud? Yeah? All right, here we go. I said, come and go with me to my Father's house. Come and go with me to my Father's house. It's a big, big house with lots and lots of rooms. A big, big table with lots and lots of food. Big, big yard where we can play badminton. Big, big house. It's my Father's house. Great job, everybody. We're so excited to be at VBS on Discovery Island this year. Woo!
Well, hello, explorers. And hello to all you subscribers. I'm glad you're back today. And a special hello to you, little bird. What was your name again?
Hello to you, Lighthouse Keeper Dave. My name is Beacon. Remember?
Ah, yes, but that's not the way we pronounce it where I come from. We pronounce it Pekin.
No, it's not pecan. It's beacon.
That's what I said.
Oh, never mind. Were you reading more of Professor Luminari's journal?
I sure was. You'll never guess what I just read.
That his nickname was Wiki?
Wiki?
Yes. That's what lighthouse keepers used to be called, because they had to light the wicks for huge candles.
Very strange name. It's about as strange as a bird being named Pekin. Although I did run across a dog one time named Zolo while working at a lighthouse in Chile. He was completely hairless and would chase his tail around in circles until...
Did you find any more clues in Professor Luminari's journal?
Yes, I did. Explorers, I found Professor Luminari's journal entry from his second to the last day on Adventure Island. Listen to this. It says, tomorrow is my last day on the island. I've not met my replacement yet, but I hope he or she enjoys the island. It's a great place if you like sand, salt water, getting a tan, and acquiring a bad allergy to feathers. Achoo! I surely don't miss this crazy little bird that always tries to land in my hair. Every day I shoo it away, but it actually comes back. Achoo! I guess I didn't actually have to write achoo, but achoo! It's a crazy little bird. Wait a minute. My deductive skills are telling me that crazy little bird Professor Luminari is writing about is with us right now.
I don't know what you were talking about, but I do hear music. Don't you hear that?
Hear what?
The Adventure Island musicians.
Oh, good idea.
Phew, saved by the band.
Never walked this road before.
But I am confident, never been more sure.
We are discovering who we're made to be as we discover who you are. Discovery on Adventure Island. Discovery on Adventure Island. Knowing God will always guide us. The spirit leads will go. Trusting Jesus we will follow. Discovery on Adventure Island. We will seek until we find the way, the truth and the light. On a quest for the light. We go with hope, we go with trust, joy in our hearts, we lift you up. We go with love, we go with faith, 'cause we are seeking Jesus' face. We go with hope, we go with trust, joy in our hearts, we lift you up. We go with love, we go with faith, 'cause we are seeking Jesus' face. Discovery on Adventure Island. Discovery on Adventure Island. Knowing God will always guide us. The spirit leads will go. Trusting Jesus we will follow. Discovery on Adventure Island. We will seek until we find the way, the truth and the light. On the quest for the light. Discovery on Adventure Island.
You were the bird that was trying to fly into Professor Luminari's hair, weren't you?
Yes, that was me.
I knew it. Nothing gets by me. My only question is why?
Did you ever see Professor Luminari's hair? I don't know what kind of shampoo he used, but it would have made the perfect nest.
Well, I'll take your word for that. Anyway, we need to get back to the task at hand for today, the second infinity lantern.
Yes, we will need another one of Professor Luminari's riddles to help us locate it on the map.
Well, I think I have found it right here. It says, take off your sandals. A bush and a fire helps you in search of the lantern to acquire. Not too far from you is the lantern of trust, with a light that won't blow out from gale or gust.
Interesting. It seems to be another clue for a story to explore.
Yes, the lantern of trust. Take off your sandals, a bush and a fire. That sounds like an unsafe condition or combination. Could it be a fairy tale?
I don't think so. As far as I can tell, Professor Luminari only dealt with facts and actual events.
Any brush fires on the island? Perhaps we could consult the history books.
No brush fires that I've ever seen. Perhaps he wants us to look in your reference book again.
Ah, great idea. You must make poultry everywhere very proud of you. Just stay out of people's hair, okay? So, let me get my book. Okay, this story looks promising. Let's have a look.
The book of Exodus is all about how God rescued the Israelites. The main character is a man named Moses. Though born an Israelite, he was raised in Egypt. Later, he lived in the desert for 40 years, taking care of smelly, dusty, dirty sheep. Chapter 3 of Exodus tells us about one extraordinary event. One day, while taking care of the sheep and minding his own business, Moses saw something strange. A burning bush. Well, actually, that wouldn't be so strange in a hot desert. You would think that Moses could just throw some water on it. But there was no need to call the fire department because the bush didn't actually burn. It was on fire but did not burn up. Moses wanted to get a closer look. That's when things got even more interesting. The bush actually talked to him. Well, the bush didn't actually talk to him. It was God talking to him through the bush. Kind of like a ventriloquist using a puppet. God said, "Moses, Moses." Well, Moses did the only logical thing he could do when talking to a burning bush. He said, "Yeah, that's me, Moses. Here I am." Then God told Moses not to come any closer, but instead to take off his shoes. That may seem very strange, but it's like taking off your dirty shoes before going into someone's house. It's a sign of respect. Anyway, back to the talking, burning, but not really burning up bush. God told Moses that God had heard the crying of the Israelites in Egypt. The people were living in slavery. They were poor, hungry, and had no one to help them. God had a special rescue plan and wanted Moses to lead the rescue. You see, God wanted to take the people out of slavery and into a wonderful land. The only problem is that the Pharaoh, the king of the Egyptians, would not want to let any of them go. God wanted Moses to be the one to talk to Pharaoh and lead the Israelites away to the promised land. He told God, "Who am I to lead them? How about sending someone else to do it?" God promised that Moses would not be alone and that God would give him everything he needed, if only Moses would trust. No, not dust, trust. The Israelites had been in Egypt for 400 years, and most of them didn't even know who God was anymore. So Moses asked, "Who shall I say is sending me to rescue them?" And God said, "I am who I am." Now that can sound a little weird or even a little rude, but God was really saying, "Trust me, I will be who you need me to be, a rescuer." It was a solid promise and a guarantee. So with that, Moses did trust God. He went to Egypt as an 80-year-old man and led God's people out of Egypt, just as God promised. Moses saw God do amazing miracles and fulfill all, I do mean all, the promises as he trusted God. And that's how it happened in the Bible.
Called Exodus. If we use the first letter of the book of the name of the Bible, that would give us the letter E from Exodus. All we need now is the number.
It sounded like the story was from a big portion in the book of Exodus, but it didn't focus on one specific chapter.
Yes, it states right here that in the chapter there was an extraordinary event. That must mean that was the number 3. So it must be around here. E 3. I must be off to find the second infinity lantern, the lantern of trust.
Are you forgetting something again?
I don't think so. Brushed my teeth. Used deodorant. I think I'm good.
We are all thankful for that. But now, are you forgetting about your signal verse?
Oh, of course. What would I do without you, Pekin? As I recall, the signal verse comes from Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1.
Great memory. Say it with us, explorers. Arise, shine, your light has come. The Lord's glory has shone upon you.
Good job, good job. Am I forgetting anything else before we go?
How about that we need to arise and let our light shine by learning a Pathfinder saying to help us find the lantern of trust?
Right you are. Okay, explorers. Remember, the best way to get around Adventure Island is on a path. So today's Pathfinder saying is, arise, shine with trust. So explorers, can you say it with me? Arise, shine with trust. Okay, so just like yesterday, we have action verbs that go with it. And it's arise, we stand up. Shine, just like we did yesterday. And trust. And we're going to take our fingers together and pull them. Okay? This is the symbol for trust. Okay, so let's try it again. You ready? Arise, shine with trust. Good job. One more time. Arise, shine with trust. Good job.
Great job, explorers.
Okay, we're off to discover the lantern of trust. Explorers, follow your guides as we begin our next adventure. So, we want to dismiss like we did last night with our preschoolers first. Miss Sarah is going to dismiss everybody.
Group 1, you are preschool and kindergarten. Group 1, you are dismissed.
The heavens declare your glory. The skies are the work of your hands. Day after day, all creation is praising. So I lift my voice and my heart will proclaim that you are the light and you shine in the night, and your glory is evident everywhere. You are the light and you shine in the night, and your glory is evident everywhere.
Your light has come. Your light has come. The Lord's glory. The Lord's glory has shone upon you. Has shone upon you.
And all that your hands have made, from stars in the sky to the fish in the sea, everything in between, yet you still cherish me, 'cause
When Moses was a baby, he was floating down in the river.
everywhere you are the light and you shine in the night, and your glory is evident everywhere. Everywhere I'm going, I will go there knowing you are right there with me. I trust you completely. Everywhere I'm going, I will go there knowing you are right there with me. I trust you completely. You are the light and you shine in the night, and your glory is evident everywhere. You are the light and you shine in the night, and your glory is evident everywhere.
Hello, guys. Welcome to day 2. And Sarah is here with me, and I am Miss Lori, and we are at crafts tonight. So welcome. Today is all about trust, and our craft today has to do with fire. What you are going to need is, starting out with this little burning bush, you are going to need your little stick. I recommend a paper plate with your six colors of sand. I also recommend that you take a little bit of time and maybe make sure you're over a table or a tray or cookie sheet doing this one. This actually involves sand. Okay? All right. And what your final product is going to look like is a burning bush that looks like this.
That's so cool.
Is that neat?
That's so cool. All right. How do we get started?
All
What
right.
am I supposed to do with this stick? Please tell me.
The stick is actually going to help you because all the stickum is on your paper already. Even though this doesn't look sticky right now, Sarah, if you start down here at the bottom of your tree, that's where you want to start. And you're going to lift it up. Can I borrow your stick a minute? Sure, thank you. All right. You're going to start right down here at the bottom of your stick, of your tree with the stick, and you're going to pull that corner up so it looks like that. Don't pull off any more paper than you're going to use.
Always start with the base of the tree.
Right, that's where, and just
All
throw
right.
that aside, that's trash.
Trash.
Okay.
Got it. All right.
Now, that part's sticky, so where it's white, so don't be touching it. Now take your brown sand that's in your little tube and have Mom help you if you're not real good with scissors. And Sarah, please, no, Sarah. Please be careful with the sand. Normally you want to cut at a little diagonal so you don't have all that sand coming out at once. You were a little ahead of me. Oops. Okay.
I'll pour it over my favorite plate.
Yeah, that would be good. Tap and sprinkle lightly. See how it's coming out? Very good. You want to do that. And then just go ahead and stop just a minute and shake your paper like this so it kind of moves a little bit.
Okay.
All right, and then tap it, and then continue on with your, and I'd go ahead and fill in all of your tree. Go ahead and go up, doing all the white that is now exposed. Yeah, see, that's why you should normally just cut the corner of your tube of sand off.
I like to make life interesting.
Yes, it's always an adventure. Good,
Yes,
good.
it is.
Keep it going. And once you get a lot of that done like that, then go ahead and tap it, shake it just a little, and tap it down into your paper plate. And you'll be amazed at how much sticks. Very good. Because what you want to do is really make sure you're going from the lightest part or the smallest part of your paper down, so any that falls can kind of slide down and catch. Now this way it shows you exactly where you're missing a little. It'd be better because you still have a lot. You can fill it in here and over here and then sprinkle a little bit up there and do the same thing. Sprinkle, shake it, and then tap it off to see. And that will happen. And that's why, yeah.
There you go. All right.
Now set that one aside. And I recommend that you do your two big largest parts, which is the trunk of your tree and then the blue sky up above. So that's where your stick comes in handy again. Look for one of the corners up here and see if you can get it loose. Make sure you're getting the stickum and it is sticky and you're not pulling your cardboard apart.
Okay. So I'm peeling off the yellow part.
You're peeling off the yellow, correct. Just like so. Good job. And that's okay if it rips because you know what? That's what you want. And you can put your hand down on the yellow to hold your paper. There you go. But remember, all the parts that you're peeling off is what you want to use for that color. Okay? How you doing there, Sarah?
I think I need my blue sand next.
Yeah.
Isn't that for the sky?
It's blue, correct. And let me borrow your scissors kind of to show a little bit easier where to cut. When you have your tube like this, if you cut at an angle, just a small corner of that piece right here, and that way you have a control amount of sand you're pushing out of there, okay? So all the parts that's
Same
white,
thing?
all the part that's white, correct, And don't worry if it's not perfect. You know what? God created the world and It has many differences in shading and colors. This one is so much fun. I really like this one. It's a little more interesting and a little more difficult than our craft yesterday.
I think it takes a little bit more time, but it's really cool. It's like it's not coming off on you.
No, it doesn't come off, as you can see. On mine, I've touched it multiple times and nothing is coming off on my hands. It's really a neat thing. Very good.
Okay, I think I'm done with my blue here. What's next?
Are you sure? Okay. All right. So the next colors come into play is your fire. Now, everybody knows fire is not just always red. So that's why there's red and yellow and orange in here and a little bit of green. Now, I would think that the next part you would want to do would maybe your red, okay? And the one part that you really want to be red is the main base of your flame, okay? Kind of bend your paper till you find that little corner that you can lift up. That's where it's more time consuming. Pulling gently. Very good. Good job, Sarah. There you go. And just like Sarah did, if a piece comes up that you don't want it to be that color, push it back down. All right, Sarah, let's see how good you cut this time. At an angle, not all the way across, more control. And remember, you're only doing one little piece right now, so you're gonna have some sand left over so you can do other parts of your tree, okay? So little pieces, very good, very good. This is where it becomes your tree. Where do you want it? Now, Miss Lori did her part, so she has the outer part is red. So you pick a spot that you want to do for red and then continue on. Now, Mom and Dad, this is sand, okay? And the nice part is once it's on the paper, it's not coming off unless you're rubbing, I guess it might come off. But as of right now, it'll just stick onto your paper. And if you want, you can set that red aside and do another color. And that way, if you decide, well, maybe I need more blue or more red, then you can always come back to that one. And just like Sarah did, she set it aside, making sure that the top where the hole is leaning up against something.
While I'm working on this, what was our story? Whatever.
The story today is all about shine with trust.
Guessing it has something to do with the burning tree.
A burning bush. Very good. And that story we all know. Who is that story about with the burning bush?
Edgar?
Edgar. Sarah. Children's minister. Come on, Sarah.
It's not Edgar?
No, it's not Edgar. I believe his name is Moses. Moses, yeah. Moses and the burning bush. Correct. All right. That story is all about trust. Moses and the burning bush can be found in Exodus 3:1-20 is our Bible verse for today. Who are some people you trust in your life?
My dog.
That's a good one to trust.
I feel like she wouldn't steer me wrong, you know?
Yeah, could be. All right, any other parts you see yellow?
I kind of want to move on to orange.
Okay, move on to orange. Get your bigger pieces. That's always a good thing. To do the big pieces of your flames. And then you can always go back and do like the little pieces at the end. Okay? Good job. That's okay.
Yeah, this one it takes a little bit more time.
Right. This is the time is when you're using your stick trying to lift the paper. That's what's going to take you the most time.
All right, I think I'm going to stop for now because I think I got to head over to science.
Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be our ending today. Remember, it's all about shine with trust. The burning bush is what we did today. I hope you had a great time with your craft. I can't wait to see it. Please send us pictures here at Maples, so we'd love to see what your craft project at home looks like. Again, this is Sarah and Miss Lori for Crafts Tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night for day 3 of our adventure. All right? You all have a good evening. Bye.
Bye.
Was good.
holy lamb.
What does that mean?
That means God is there, present. So you take off your shoes.
You created the sun, moon, and stars. All of them declare how awesome you are. Sea animals and birds and the trees. Land animals and human beings. You said it was good. God, you are so good. Creator of the universe, we give you all the praise. We join in with creation, singing, worthy is your name. For all that you have done, everything that you have made. Creator of the universe, we give you all the praise. Creator of the universe, we give you all the praise. If we stay silent, the rocks will cry out.
So we won't be silent, we'll sing and we'll shout.
If we stay silent, the rocks will cry out. So we won't be silent, we'll sing and we'll shout. Creator of the universe, we give you all the praise. We join in with creation, singing, worthy is your name. For all that you have done, everything that you have made. Creator of the universe, we give you all the praise. Creator of the universe, we give you all the praise. We give you all the praise. We give you all the praise. We give you all the
Hey guys, and welcome back to another day of science, day 2. Were you guys paying attention today in large group? What was our story about? Good, that's right. So our story today is about Moses and the burning bush. So this story is going to be found in Exodus chapter 3, verses 1 through 20. So let's get on with our experiment for today. So I have a question for you, a couple actually. How do you light a candle? There you go, that's right. You blow it out. Can you eat candles? I mean, would you eat a candle? Moms and dads out there, can you eat candles? I don't think so. Yep. Those blew out pretty easily. How about this one? Yep. Those blew out. Hang on a second. Well, that one blew out, but that one didn't. What if I maybe like wait a little bit? No, still not blowing out. Can you eat candles? Now, Brennan, here you go. Here you go, Brennan.
Okay.
Ooh. That is. How was it? Was it yummy?
Earthy.
Earthy. Right. Well, let's see. Let me relight my. Did y'all see that? My other candle. It relit. I didn't light it, but it relit itself. Let's relight our candles here. Let's see here. What are other ways we can get our candles to go out? Because those clearly did. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, let's see. What happens if I take all these jars and put them on my candles? Will they go out? Let's see. Got 3 jars here for my 3 candles. What about these? These didn't go out earlier. Let's see if we can get these. Oh, my other 2 have gone out. Even my little magic candles. That's pretty cool. Alright, so what did we observe in our candle experiment today? What were some things you saw? Yeah? That too? Alright, let's think about what was the same in all of our 3 candles. What were some things that they had the same? Right? They all burned. They all needed oxygen from the air to stay lit. And All three of them went out when I put the glass over them. What was different about our candles? They all had different wicks, right? The trick candles in this jar have special wicks that are made of magnesium so that they don't go out when you blow them. Now, these are just regular candles, right? They had just cotton wicks. Now this one in the special that Mr. Brennan took a chunk out of for us was actually a potato that we made a candle out of with a potato and an almond sliver. How about that? Don't try this, please don't. A potato and an almond, right? So that's definitely different from your regular birthday candles, right? In today's Bible story, Moses saw a fire that wouldn't go out. It was like a lot of other fires that he had seen before, but it came from a burning bush. How many burning bushes have you seen? I haven't seen any. But it didn't go out, and a voice came from the burning bush. So just like that, we know we can trust God, even though God's ways are often surprising, right? Like, who knew you could light a potato on fire and make a candle out of it? I sure didn't before VBS. Who knew that trick candles were kind of scary? I didn't know that, that's for sure. So, today, we want to remember that even though God can surprise us all the time, we can always put our trust in Him. All right, guys, that's all we have for day 2. We'll see you tomorrow. Have you guys had fun tonight? I'll take that as a yes. All right, everybody, make sure you're with your group leader in your pews, okay? Have a seat. We're going to get our closing started here in just a minute. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for my closing people to come out? No? Yeah? No? Yes. Oh, all right.
All right. All right. Hey, I hope y'all have enjoyed day 2 of VBS. And just like yesterday, I have another quiz for you. Y'all did so good yesterday. We're going to try it again today. All right, listen carefully. It's multiple choice. I want to see what y'all learned. After all, this is Vacation Bible School. Here it is. Question 1. Shh, need quiet. Listen carefully. What did God tell Moses through the burning bush? Is it A, take your shoes off? Is it B, go back to Egypt? No! Is it C, lead my people out of Egypt? Yeah! Or D, all of the above? No! All right. All right, so let me hear you. Is the answer A, take your shoes off? The answer B, go back to Egypt. Is the answer C, lead my people out of Egypt? Or D, all of the above? I think the answer is take your shoes off? All right. I think the answer is C, lead my people out of Egypt, right? All right. Okay, second question. Shh. Second question. What is today's Pathfinder saying? Is it, and you can, let me hear you after I read each one, okay? What is today's Pathfinder saying? Is it A, arise, shine with rust? Is it B, arise, clean off the dust? Is it C, turn left at the burning bush and keep going until you come to the big river? Or is it D, arise, shine with trust? Arise. Well, it's like y'all are paying attention. Now, stand up. Everybody stand up. All right? Let's get ready to dance. All right? Hit it, Brennan.
Tell me, can you feel it?
Feel it in the air.
Power of God is moving.
I can see it everywhere.
My hands begin to rise up.
My body starts to sway.
With everything that's in me,
I will glorify your name. I feel like dancing. I feel like dancing. I am forgiven. My heart is set free. Jesus, I'm so thankful. Can't hide this joy in me. I feel like dancing.
I feel like dancing.
When I think about your goodness,
Think about your grace,
think of how you saved me.
and my heart fills up with praise.
My hands begin to rise up, my body starts to sway. With everything that's in me, I will glorify your name. I feel like dancing. I feel like dancing. I am forgiven, my heart is set free. Jesus, I'm so thankful, can't hide this joy in me. I feel like dancing. Creator, deliverer, healer, provider. You're the good shepherd, you are the Messiah. Your word is unchanging, your love will endure. You are my Savior, my God and my Lord. Creator, deliverer, healer, provider. You're the good shepherd, you are the Messiah. Your word is unchanging, your love will endure. You are my Savior, my God and my Lord. I feel like dancing. I feel like dancing. I am forgiven, my heart is set free. Jesus, I'm so thankful, can't hide this joy in me. I feel like dancing. I feel like dancing. I am forgiven, my heart is set free. Jesus, I'm so thankful, can't hide this joy in me. I feel like dancing.
Welcome back, explorers, and welcome back, Lighthouse Keeper Sam.
Great to be back. I hope y'all learned as much about the lantern of trust as I did.
Does that mean you found the lantern of trust?
Oh, yes, I have. All right. Did these explorers find out what keeps these lanterns lit?
Yes, they did. They studied more about how God called Moses from the burning bush and how Moses trusted God enough to follow God's instructions and lead the Israelites out of slavery.
You know, I once led a group of on a tour of the lighthouse at Cape Hatteras. Have you ever tried to keep 50 tourists in line up winding stairs while they're trying to take selfies?
I can't say that I have, but Moses' job was hard too. He led over 600,000 people out of Egypt through the desert.
Oh, I guess that's pretty big too.
It sure was. Moses really had to trust that God was going to help him accomplish the big job he was calling him to do.
So, Professor Luminari had us look at Moses to show that we can shine God's light of trust by answering God's call.
I think you've got it. Most people won't hear God speaking through a burning bush, But God does have a plan for everyone and calls us to follow this plan. That means we have to trust what God says to us.
Just like ships that need to trust a lighthouse. Sometimes the nights are very dark and it's really foggy out and you can't see. It's so foggy out you can't see the hand in front of your face. Having a light to guide you is very, very comforting. It reminds me of our Pathfinder.
Yes. Why don't we all say it?
Explorers, let's say this together again. Arise, shine with trust. Let's do that again. Arise, shine with trust.
Looking good, explorers. That goes along perfectly with our signal verse. Say it with us. Arise, shine, your light has come. The Lord's glory has shine upon you. That's found in Isaiah 60, chapter 60, verse 1.
Well, what a great day of exploration on the island today. And earlier tonight, we looked inside our fish tank. And what are we needing to put in there? All right. So I saw at the beginning y'all brought your quarters and your pennies and your nickels and your even dollars. And we counted them up. Here's what we've got. Where are my figures? So many pockets. Nope, not here. Hold on, it's here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Now keep in mind, we are raising money for Imagine No Malaria. Oh, you want the total now? All right. Very impatient. So far, we have raised $62.24. Did you know that it only takes $10 to buy one net? So if my math is correct, we've bought 6 nets, and each net saves nearly 3 lives. Wow. But we still have a long week to go of VBS fun, and we want to get this tank filled up. In fact, I'm going to issue a challenge. Miss Sarah, don't you have something you want to ask the kids?
Ooh, there I am. Okay. Let's see. If we fill up this fish tank, what do you think should happen? Anybody got a good idea? What's your idea? You don't have one. Oh my goodness. All right, what? A donut party. I'm hearing a lot of pizzas. All right, what is your idea? Infinity popsicles. What is your idea? Ooh, I should sleep outside? It might be cold outside. All right, let's go over here. Let's see what kind of ideas we got on this side. What is your idea?
Maybe we could slime you.
We could slime me? Oh, no. I don't think I should have asked this question. All right, let me take one more. What is your idea?
We could dye Miss Beth's hair.
We could dye Miss Beth's hair. Last year we dyed Miss Sarah's hair pink. Pink. Oh my goodness.
Well, what do you think?
I don't know. I think I'll have to think about it. We'll come up with it tomorrow.
Actually, hey, Pastor Stephen.
Oh, Pastor
Will you come up here for a second? I have a question to ask you. Y'all give Pastor Stephen. All right. All right. Pastor Stephen is my friend. We're friends, aren't we, Pastor Stephen?
For now.
Pastor Stephen, I got a question.
You.
Since we are such good friends,
You.
do you like pie?
Yo. Yes.
What kind of pie do you like?
Lemon icebox, key lime, pecan, strawberry, blueberry, apple, mincemeat.
We want to make
Steak and kidney.
We want to use Imaginomalaria
Yes.
to make your dream come true.
Yay!
To give you a pie right in your face.
All right. But we got to put the bounty high.
All right, what do you think?
I don't know. We got, what are we at now? What's the total?
62-24.
All right. 62-24. That's 6 nets.
6 nets.
That
yeah.
buys 6 nets. That saves 18.
They're smart.
About 18 lives, right? For people that would get malaria. So how about we shoot for, I'm gonna put it high.
All right.
I'm gonna say 15 nets.
15 nets?
15 nets, that's 150.
Can we do that? All right, so tonight, again.
Hold on. I want a piece of this action.
Oh, okay.
If you guys raise $200, we will be pieing Reverend Stephen and Miss Sarah.
All right.
Okay, revision.
All right.
Okay, we're not only gonna pie me, but if you do 200, Miss Sarah has worked really hard. Let's give her a hand. Miss Sarah's really tired. She needs a trip to the beach. But instead of sending her to the beach, we're gonna give her a pass on the pie in the face, but we got somebody else in mind. We got somebody else in mind. Another person that would get pied with me. Right? Megan, do you know who I'm gonna suggest? You know who it is? Y'all ready? It's Mr. Sarah! 200 get you a two for both pastors.
Oh.
What you gonna do, brother? What you gonna do?
Oh.
Are you gonna bring the heat?
You're on. You.
I do like key lime though, just so you know. Key lime is my favorite.
All right, you heard it. So bring your money tomorrow, put it in the fish tank, and you, Pastor Stephen, as they say, are on. All right. All right. Let me pray for us, and then Miss Sarah, I'll turn it over to Miss Sarah. All right, let's pray. Lord, thank you that you have a plan for us, and you will give us what we need to do, what you call us to do. Thank you that you love us deeply. Help us to rise and let our light of trust shine. Amen. Amen. All right.
All right. Okay. Before we head out, in just a minute, Miss Brenda is going to play some lovely background music. Please sing along if you know the words. I don't, but I'm still going to sing along anyways. Please stay seated in your pews. Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. Parents are going to be coming in here in just a minute to come get you, okay? Where are you supposed to stay? Where are we supposed to stay? Okay, all right. Before we cue up our music, I think that we should do our Pathfinder verse one more time. Are you guys ready?
All right.
All right, everybody sit down, sit down. You ready? All right.